Here we're looking at GLD. We're starting to see this break down and go deeper here. Really testing our really the level we talked about was the 110.50 level. We hit the low today of just bear with me here, of 111.41, so very close to that. But we're getting very, very, I think, close to where we'll see maybe a little bit of a counter move. But I still think that we have a potential for this to go still much lower, but it seems like it's trying on the short term to try to hold its head up a little bit. So we may see a little bit of a counter move. We're in the lower range, a little bit over getting to the point where we're a little oversold. We hit our target around the 110 and a half. I think it should try to hold the 110. I think if we break the 110, then I think we go much lower, probably into the 107, maybe even 105. But then that's where I think this ends and we see gold really explode to the upside, because I do think gold will start to really move when the markets start to come start to break. But I still think that this sideways action is very dangerous, until you're really confident that you're breaking out of it, because a break lower and people get concerned because it blew through the prior low, and then they start to sell, and that's what would drive it into that range. It's because it's in a channel, it still can come back and bounce up, but you could still be in this sideways choppy action. So until you really clearly see that break, and then the last swing, which is kind of a potential for a B wave, you're looking for that C wave. I think this was just a combination of a couple counter moves, flats, and that would make sense. And then that means that we should be seeing maybe one more move lower, as this was the 3 wave or a longer move, and we showed that. So this makes sense that this is a 4 wave, and we may see a deep move to the 5 wave, and then I think you start to see this really clean up and start to turn the corner, because it's got to do its completion there. And this, I would watch for that around July 20th or so. It could start to meet that by those dates, as based upon some of this Fibonacci. You could see this 161 at 105. So that is really my target. If we break the 110, say 109, you could see the 100%. So I'd say 109 and a quarter level. But I think especially this prior low, you got to make sure that you're really seeing the break, and that's what I mean. A lot of times you'll break them a little bit, but not all the way. So you got to make sure that. And then I think you have the 2 dates, this around the 13th, and then very likely around that 17th range. I'm sorry, I said the 20th, and that's a 161 at 105, and I think that makes sense. I also have a chart I was working on today, and I was doing it with market analysts with some planetary moves, and we had some planetary action coming in lower with Mars, and I think that could really take a pretty good move there from there.